can you arrange for us all to have enough elephants?
Well, I don't know for sure, but that saying could certainly have been started by the duck, who is our hero. However, if you really want to find out who's cuckoo, maybe we better get to our story.
Oh, there you are now, you scamp.
What does the face feel like?
Test it, scratch it, do whatever you do.
Tingling? Good. Pulsation? Good. Warmth?
I am going to the post office.
Oh, don't go, please. You're the man I've been dreaming of. I waited so long to find someone like you.
Can we hope to find it in a lifetime, even? That's what I'm beginning to wonder.
Will you tell me just what you're looking for?
I've just found it. How stupid of me. Why, I'd almost forgotten I had it.
I'll take your root beer. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, and it has alchemy beat all hollow.
Never was a girl so flattered or bewildered. What am I to do?
Amuse your friends with a 200-volt electric hand buzzer.
Feeling is believing. Oh, Lord, it's not a woman. It's not a woman.
Even if you're not very good at dates, can you prove it?
You jet through soft white clouds. The clouds, you're playing Dipsy Basil in the gentle green cliffs.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even sell it. It's ridiculous.
Hey, we're really in luck. Here comes the Southern Pacific Freight Train.
It's a diving bell, you blockhead.
Well, it's not very pleasant to watch a frog messing up your food while we're eating.
I can be very entertaining if I want to be.
This is a really wonderful posture. This is not meant to be painful at all.
Racing from flower to flower, touching each one.
Conditions which are leading and forcing so many of the world's people into deeper helplessness.
I don't mean pass the way one means pass when speaking of a football.
Our prayers and our fastings, whatever form they take, are totally worthless. With your larger beasts of burden, such as the giraffe, you've got to use a stepladder. Or in the case of hippos and rhinos, you wear steel-tipped boots. See, it's almost next to impossible to tie a decent slip knot in a Cocker Spaniel's tail. I do cats, barnyard animals, lobsters when they're in season. I do chocolate mousse.
You fun.
Well, with them, I just use the standard worm pills. And, of course, with your larger beasts of burden, such as the giraffe, you've got to use a stepladder.
I guess Emily Post was right.
Our faith does not dispense us from fulfilling our creative role as human beings in the world.
To begin now using this university experience as a laboratory for real life, because I also conduct workshops in human relations, racial awareness, what have you.
He was the frog. It's magic.
Well, yes, exactly.
Offering prayer and fasting, for example,
Truth is truth.
Not now, my darling, not now.
That wish is mutual. Never mind. Silence! My heavens, what gabble!
What a drag.
Gee, it's good to see you. Just stop by and say hello. Well, what have you?
Dig means dig. Dig yourself, baby.
Yeah.
Look, it's gonna be a long session, man. Let's head out for some pizza or something, yeah?
Well, not per se.
What time is it? I gotta make a phone call.
Is that anything like a bidet?
I would never say that, man.
You don't need to come to the office as if it's a crisis center or something.
Really? No shit. Mr. Romo, would you speak into the microphone, please? Charlie,
all right.
The gong.
What a bring down.
Well, yes, but to dig, then, would mean to like, to understand, or to appreciate, when you mean exactly the opposite. For example, you will use words such as crazy or nutty when you say that you're hung up.
You sit there and you dig it. You know, shoot sparks all over. It's a gas.
Like they couldn't put me in a trombone, a cello.
With this technique, they were able to predict the San Fernando earthquake a year after it happened.
I have seen it done with pipe cleaner type stem.
A flood or hurricane lifts people up and dashes them down.
They're not pine cones, are they?
Aside from an ungodly spewing of amenities, Mr. Romo has brought good news.
But what am I going to eat? I'm hungry.
The man who has been making obscene phone calls to my daughter is being sautéed in Middlebury. If they don't cook him up just right, I have threatened to cover the village with green goo.
I just love garlic dressing.
I use brown florist tape and floral wire.
However we decide to season him, I'm sure he will prove to be very tasty.
That one's for boiling.
I'd like to say hello to my great-grandmother Addison, and a special hello to both of my grandmothers and grandfathers.
And we'll have the latest on the flying grandmother.
Oh, definitely broil and serve them to anyone with pride.
Really? Oh, we've never done anything like that before. What's the matter with you?
Like a man, I don't dig green goo.
Really?
Yes, I know.
Dig Joe, dimes on the horn to discuss the royalty. Don't cut the mustard.
Well, I'm practically speechless.
I dig to feast on your insides, Charlie.
I think you've got cream and sugar all over your blouse, too.
Oh, fickle man.
I'm going to make some butterfly chops out of this one.
I think you are a bunch of male chauvinist pigs.
Think of the position I'm in.
You gonna be one tasty pork chop. Dig that charcoal flavor.
It does taste.
We have these mechanical devices now that shake the tree, get the nuts on the ground, and then windrow the nuts and windrows.
A 2x4.
My whole career is finished. Oh, what do I do from now on?
Calcan, more nutritious than 100% meat, and Calcan cat food, and whole eggs for a shiny coat.
And I've been working for years.
Calcium for teeth and bones. Vegetable products for good digestion.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
Most sociologists believe that this is a very violent nation.
However, if you were living in a tent on an open plain, you would be shaken up, but probably not badly hurt.
One can even imagine an entire society in a catatonic state.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy.
You know, you can shoot the scenery, you can run around, you can wail upon yourself, dragging yourself round and round and about inside your own head. You never move. You sit there quiet, your face in a complete smiling groove, and internally, you're on the loose wig. You're yes, I dig it.
Sister Racy, nice-looking puppy dog.
They're having a yummy person roast down in the village. I thought you'd want to come.
Hey, if it's corn, I could use a bit.
Sorry. It works for girls, too.
Hey, we're really in luck. Here comes the Southern Pacific freight train.
Let's walk along the road and see what ideas come to mind.
Sure don't look like no bag of dog biscuits to me.
trying to tell me there's a 2-million-year-old 10-foot lizard running around loose?
Don't you ever watch television? It's Groucho Marx. Right. And when I turn this here handle, music comes out. You hear?
Yeah, I know. But gee, guys, I want to play basketball.
We are known as Squud, Splash, and Wart.
Well, the Air Force is a good place to learn a useful skill.
Are you the escaped woolly mammoth?
Whiskers is what my master calls me. What he used to call me.
Hello. Yeah, dumbbell. Okay.
Or someone whose car has just run out of gas. And that surprises almost everybody.
One could see over Rome, written in white luminous letters, tears are free.
That's a silly story, I grant you.
I'll never forget. You've given me new heart.
David is under Maria.
Pretty buttons, delicious.
The egg is laid when it's very young and immature.
Get their genitals x-rayed.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I think I'm gonna croak.
Okay, Bigly.
If you understand that, you scare me.
Work is punishment for doing the things that help other people.
Leave.
If government workers seem very important, then the best thing for us to do is typing.
Yeah, hurdy-gurdy.
Anyway, about this munch-out, maybe if we make them token offerings of our artifactual armaments, they will invite us to the feast.
Why didn't you say so?
Are you tired of hearing a real bargain advertised? Dig the cat. Now here's your chance to walk all over us.
You can even defy the law of gravity.
We offer you our complement of archaic fighting utensils for an invitation to your feast.
What a bring down.
You should hear what I have hiccup.
As if there's any doubt.
Unfortunately, I never studied law. Amazing, isn't it? For instance, you don't have to walk out of a scene. You vibrate to a stop. Like so, walking right into a backdrop. But shucks, I haven't got the heart to tell him that he's used up all the money. Oh, it's a wonderful life, if you're clever.
Then we can stay and munch out.
Forget it.
I guess I'll go socialize before the feast.
Big squares.
Well, preference has little to do in a situation like this, son.
Let me alone. I've got very little time. I have until noontime to crow, and then off comes my head, and I'm in the stew. Oh, I can hardly wait. Magnificent stew. Oh, I can hardly wait.
I wouldn't want anybody to eat me.
Well, you ought to know.
No kidding.
Knowing your problem and then finding a solution, it's no problem.
What will I do now? What will I do now?
They might disappear in a hurry. You know, you begin to go, you know, and you spew the immortal, the ever-word pudding. And maybe it reaches out and grabs you, and it's weird, man.
All right. I'm sorry, but nobody's at home. You'll have to go elsewhere.
Nobody's at home. But, good madam, you're here.
Oh, I can't help it. You can't come in.
Will you make me the happiest man in the world?
Will you be my queen to love always?
Now, don't get dizzy at all.
Not me.
Good.
My nice, natural family, just a bunch of gigglings.
Tingling also. Good.
I've had enough Jell-O now. It's a very touchy situation.
No kidding.
In a swamp?
Then stretch to the right.
You do have clothes on.
Now, if then you want to make that left foot 30 degrees, how would you do that?
You turn blue. You don't look bluish.
The magic incense blew away part of the mountain. Feels like nothing, doesn't it?
No kidding. No kidding.
Impossible. My countrymen, I see their insides. Either this is madness or it is hell.
Or is it America's press conference of the air? Garbage in, garbage out.
Yes, I'm trying to explain how I came to be in my present absurd position.
We're all familiar with the results of something you ate.
Nothing at all.
Romo, you're putting me on.
Oh, no, indeed.
In any event, we're beginning to know the admirable octopus.
Feel and be felt by Mr. Sproggle.
I was fighting a losing battle with his blood sugar.
The very idea is utterly inconceivable.
You should consider it. Nearly all of those lives could be saved by an intelligent earthquake.
Well, you earn good money.
So this is the coinage he used to antagonize the princess. Evidence like this can really hang a caller up.
Get your big hands off the table, Bill. I gotta have a place to put the food.
Who's rude? I didn't mean to be.
I didn't say you were rude. He said, have some food. Well, I'm not exactly well fed.
He says he's not gay.
I just had a quiz today or something, and I think I did all right. I'm not sure how I did.
Hey, Daddy-O, how do I look?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't believe me because I don't believe me, but it's cool.
Why, I'm actually happy.
Oh, the humanity.
You can screw instantly with the help of Dreamy Goo.
Oh, how true. We could almost set the palace clocks by those explosions.
And it shows the difference in size that you get by irrigating the nut.
You mean a 40-foot purple ape riding on a flying saucer? It wouldn't be him, is it? His public wouldn't like it. A midget? A small midget? That's our man.
Never again is growth so great. But when they touch, they synchronize.
Do, re, mi, mi. That's my favorite note. I love me.
Oh, I knew we rode too long in the sun. I just want to be your friend.
Let's shake on it.
Would you say the hipster's preoccupation with insanity would indicate a rejection of the bourgeois standards of morality?
No, I wouldn't say that. No, I would never say that, man.
You too can urinate in your own living room.
And especially if you have the cellulite problem. And I'm going to work now on my feet. Those are muscles that are being used.
They're here, they're nice to have, but I find I hesitate to get attached to them.
I'm going to make some butterfly chops out of this one, and then we'll make a bonus butterfly chop out of it. You see here.
Is that why it's called biofeedback?
It's funny what you hear when you listen to a bowl of Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
The price is right, and the flavor tempting in the canned fruit section.
We eat beef. And here's a thinner version of it.
Alvin,
Me, I want a hula hoop.
Also, Arnold had his distemper shot.
Hey, get a little smell-o-vision going here. This particular cut right here is a Boston shoulder. I'd like to stick one of these on the grill.
I'm not so sure I want to try this newfangled way of traveling.
A couple of snoopy flies buzzing around my bread.
Penknife, flimsy.
I stand here looking like a fool, and I am a fool.
He did it. I overheard him making compromising remarks into the payphone next to the grocery store.
Shit. I don't want to get roasted.
What else do you know?
He told me if I told anybody else about that my credit rating would be impaired for the rest of my life.
My dear old grandfather Lickbox said, he says you can't eat an honest man.
I haven't any fine clothes on. I've been cheated and swindled by my own vanity.
Never mind how I know. It's all true, isn't it? Oh, but you haven't met me, sir.
I'm sure I know more about love and romance.
Oh, fickle man.
Now I'm really baffled.